All right, guys. Hey, welcome. Sorry, new loadout, so everything kind of exploded there for a minute. But we
Everything's new. Everything's different.
we are officially running on our new setup. So instead of looking at kind of the ugly Roll20 background, you can now see the beautiful Flipside logo in all of its glory. And we actually have social media links and everything for everybody else. So good news, everyone. Everything is not exploded. Also, I'm in space.
Yeah, you don't know what the last half hour was like. It may have exploded, but it's all fine now.
Yeah. You remember that whole world smushing thing from episode 1? That happened for
No,
like a few minutes.
it did.
Yep.
All right, well, since we're running a little behind, I'm going to go ahead and jump us on ahead now. We are entering into episode 4, if you remember from last time.
Yep.
Everybody was getting ready to go to the God Forge. Yes,
hmm
Yes.
the God Forge.
Did you have the idea that I gave you about what the camera shows after we leave?
Yes, I will go into that when we start the episode proper.
I think that's nice and fitting.
Right now, I'm doing the previously on Dragon Ball Z portion of the show.
Yes, yes, yes. And
So,
yes, my camera is moved. Yes, people, it's over here now. I'm looking at the screen properly.
yeah, we can actually see Scott. He's slightly larger than everybody else, but
And now
considering
I'll
the
just turn like this for the whole night.
yeah, 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 we don't have your photogenic side now.
No, no.
Okay, so we are finally ready to roll. I'm scared to touch anything, so if something's off centered or someone is slightly larger than somebody else, or my social media, which is currently covered up, um,
It's
know
on
that that'll be
purpose.
changed for next time. And
Yeah, it's on purpose.
yeah,
Yeah,
this
it's
totally
purely on purpose and reflective of how
The
you feel about
creator's
us
not perfect,
personally. Yeah.
no.
as
So
we found last time.
so things might still be a little rough, but after what we just went through, it's good enough for now. And that's where we're gonna have to leave it for a second.
Excuse me.
And I'm resisting the urge to try and fix it on stream
Don't do it.
because I really want to.
No, don't fix that. Mess with us instead.
All right, well, let's go. So we are now in the lovely, lovely world of Flipside, and as Aphrodite leads you all away, the camera closes in on what is a shattered con badge that used to be Courtney's shield, and right in the middle of her face is a giant fractured crack as the bits and pieces get blown away in the wind. What is awaiting Courtney? Only time will tell. And in a blink, you disappear. Suddenly, you find yourselves on the other side of the world, standing in front of a giant cave. Now, can I get rolls, please, to see if either of you recognize this cave?
Roll a d20.
Yes, please.
I mean, okay.
11.
11 is good enough.
15.
Oh, hey, you both know that because, okay, so Courtney knows this because of other reasons,
Meta reasons,
but
probably.
Like,
Sheldon knows this because it was on the History Channel one time, and you happen to be
Oh,
watching the History Channel.
I am a huge nerd, so.
But this particular cave was once used as a hellmouth, meaning it
Mm,
was supposed to be an entrance to hell, and it's also been used as a burial chamber.
well,
great.
fun. Well, if you're gonna bury a body, then, you know.
So I know it. I presume there's a little voice in my head.
Yep, there's a little voice in your head, a little
Okay.
female voice,
Okay.
and as you
So if I shouldn't be surprised. I think we saw heaven, so this makes sense. I just kind of say blindly to nothing. It's like this checks out.
yeah, pretty much that's what's going on here, is that you're walking into a cave that may or may not be hell, but is almost certainly hell.
No plan. We're walking into hell. Let's go for it.
I look to Aphrodite, who's still with us.
Yes.
This is the forge is in a cave.
We're still in the tutorial phase of our encounter.
A bit.
I mean,
a bit deeper.
So like hell.
Well, there have been cultures that have called it that. I prefer the term Hades for obvious reasons.
Very Greek. Yep. Got it.
Okay.
And
I didn't think of it as like the place of eternal punishment. I more thought of it as, that's the name. But okay.
Well, unfortunately, those that make armor and weapons tend to get on our bad sides after a while. And we've just basically imprisoned every artisan that's ever worked for us. So, they might be grumpy. Be on your best behavior.
Why'd they do that?
Well, you make the wrong armor for the wrong god at the wrong point in time, and let's just say things don't go well.
Right.
It
sounds like Amazon's HR department.
it makes me think of like the German soldier or scientists working for the Allies afterwards, except they had to.
And then you start walking into the cave. And the further you get into the cave, the more you start hearing the banging of the anvils, the pounding of hammers, and occasional explosions.
Is this Aphrodite's cave? Or those weren't innuendos, sorry.
Innuendo.
That's a different realm.
Innuendo.
I'm sorry.
And if
I
you
regret nothing.
If you did miss all the innuendo, check out episode 3 where there was tons of innuendo and ouchuendo.
Yes. So is it lit? Like torches? Or is it wait, I'm glowing, right? Like how much is my glow? Do I literally light the way?
You can see like a few feet in front of you by your glow.
Okay.
And now that you look at it, Sheldon, you can see pretty well all the way through this cave. And you're getting closer. The hammering sounds get louder.
Is this a low light thing, or is it just, I'm more
accustomed
know
yet.
to?
Just for some reason, you can see all the way through this cave.
You can see in the dark. Cool.
I'll take point. I can see pretty well in here.
Are you sure?
Sure.
Okay.
There's suddenly a very loud explosion.
Thank you. That's very rewarding for looking point.
And you see flames shoot up into the air. As the hammers come down, it happens again.
I'm gonna dodge or duck or.
Yeah, are we in danger from this, or?
No, it's just in a distance.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But every time there's a hammer blow, the fires shoot up. Everything is seemingly in constant flux here. And a man who's heavily muscled stands at the forge, pounding away at something. You notice on his ankles are 2 large chains.
I've heard of this rapper.
Do you say that? Because that would be pretty funny, actually.
He doesn't seem to acknowledge you guys as you walk up.
Right.
Is he like normal size, or like a giant or something, or just he's like a guy?
He's
buff, but
he's Brock Lesnar sized.
I was thinking that for some reason too. Like, this is a giant man.
Yeah.
So inhuman then.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's not human. Got it. Yes.
Right.
like picture Brock Lesnar, but like soot covered and kind of sunburned from the heats of the fire.
Yeah.
Okay.
Steroid drenched.
If you guys want to give me another roll to kind of see if you can figure out what's going on in this place.
Sure.
Yeah, please do.
They're making license plates or some crap down here.
Oh no, I'm not aware of anything.
I'm trying to
Okay.
figure this. I'm trying to figure this out. I'm using like kind of calling on Athena a bit because presumably she'd seen this before, being a goddess of strategy and war. She'd be familiar with this. So I'm like,
The
So
weapons
Scott,
make sense.
you got an 18, correct?
yeah,
You know, you're at the center of the earth. This is the core of the earth.
This is a
The
big cave.
the forge itself is fueled by the molten lava core of the earth. This shouldn't be here. And that's when the man at the anvil takes special notice of you, particularly.
me.
Yes.
Because I'm looking around, like kind of processing that as I get that. I kind of see it like Athena might say it, but it's also I just kind of suddenly know it because she makes that be a thing. I don't know. It's confusing quite literally in Courtney's head.
Uh-huh.
He
And
turns
just
his,
kind of like trying to process it, looking around, and if he notices.
he turns his head to the side and he says, Courtney,
You know me?
I do.
You know me.
I have something for you.
I look at Shelton, I look at Aphrodite and trying to like how does he what
Your mother wrote me a note.
Oh goodness.
my I'm sorry, I'm so used to her calling me sister. I'm weirded out by the godly things calling me now, which is great, but makes it that much weirder. I'm sorry, I'm Courtney. You have something for me.
He pulls out a small necklace that has a little statuette of Athena on it. Kind of like the Catholic, um, what Saint Nicholas's.
Mhm.
Okay.
Your
Oh.
mother asked me to give this to you.
How I let him talk.
You notice that one when you hold it in your hand, it's a ceramic. It's like a little ceramic statue on a chain, a silver chain.
Do I have any kind of memory of this sort of thing, or like my mother having something like this, or because I'm playing like I have no clue.
Give me a roll.
Um,
Give me a roll. See if you can touch into some of your former knowledge.
18.
18. Oh my goodness, we're having the opposite of what
Well, yeah.
happened to Sheldon last session.
Oh, it's yeah. It with the whole thing with Percy and I was rolling all bad. Now it's good when it's history stuff. Yeah, we're getting some backstory. So I'm holding it like
You realize that when he's saying your mother, he's not talking about your biological mother. He's referring to Athena as your mother.
but he still come. Okay, that's yep. That's a bit of a mind breaker to cross.
Another thing that you're getting from this, since you rolled so well, is that obviously Athena entrusted him with a portion of her plan.
Yeah.
A portion that she did not entrust to anybody else.
That I know of.
Yep, that you know of. He's also the first person to call you by name.
Yeah. Well, I'll put it on.
Give me a roll.
I fail at putting it on. 10.
As you put it on, the world kind of drifts away into nothingness. And before you stands Athena.
Well, I'm going to write this down under gear. Athena necklace. Okay. I'm just trying to take this all in, so.
Hi, Courtney.
Hi.
I'm guessing you have a lot of questions. Questions my gift hasn't been able to help you to answer.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And I'm guessing you're afraid.
Yeah, yeah. I'm I'm terrified. This
Meanwhile, while
is
this is going on, the camera's going to cut back real quick.
yeah.
And it's going to cut back to Sheldon. And
While Courtney's just standing there staring off.
Sheldon, Courtney, the minute she slips on this necklace, her eyes go jet black. Like no pupils. Absolutely, completely black all the way through.
I didn't expect black. That's interesting.
I'll I'll just kind of snap my fingers. Like, how aware of the world around you are you? Can you still see? Are you gonna lightning bolt my face in half? Or
There's literally no response at all to any of your prodding, any
okay,
sound.
you just poke right in the sternum. Okay, nope.
The guy at the forge acknowledges you.
Hello.
Greetings, young one. May I see your bow?
Yeah, take it off. What has happened to your camera?
Nothing. It's a special effect.
Oh, okay. I'll hand him my bow and kind of do a back step kind of a deal.
He starts messing with the bow, looking it over, kind of judging the quality, and you know how all artisans do when they're looking at somebody else's work. He's like, "Oh, there's a flaw up here that I can hammer out.
Mm,
I can make this work. This
I
is
made
shoddy equipment."
right. I made that. I'll have you know.
He looks over at you and kind of like uh, an artisan looking over at a small child. Cute.
Your macaroni painting is fabulous. Yes,
Yeah.
Let's
Well,
put it on the fridge.
yeah.
well done. Kind of
Mm,
pats you on the head slightly
we'll
and
tolerate
gives you the look that says, oh, that's adorable that you think you're people.
it. Look at you wearing clothes like everybody else. Yep.
So he takes it and begins to just hammer into it some kind of it's a material you've never seen. It's not quite metal, it's not quite any kind of natural material. It looks like a solid piece of light, and he's
Mm,
hammering it into the bow. And as he hits it, it eludes explosions of pure energy throughout the entirety of the cave.
hmm. Try not to be too protective of my work, but that is real maple, and I did carve that myself.
Real maple made with real maple syrup,
Right.
which reminds you of Tim Hortons, which you were
Yeah.
totally at when everybody else was.
Yep.
So, meanwhile, we cut back to Courtney.
There we
Courtney, Courtney, tell us more. What questions are you gonna ask?
go. Just from what this is, so I can get a feel for it. This is different than the kind of internal monologue with her voice, my voice, and the bit with the mirror. This is like I'm. It seems more real, I guess, is the way to talk about it, but also not because it's literally dealing with a god in some kind of god realm.
Yes, precisely.
So,
It is far more real than anything you've experienced thus far.
which is scary. Okay. Um, I'm just kind of looking at her to take this in, like the armor, what she looks like, probably like you said, different but similar
Uh,
from
She
what I look like.
she's giving you that same kind of sad like look that she gives you often in the reflections. That look that says sorry.
Okay. Um, I have I have too many questions. So I'll just ask the one that might answer everything. Why me?
Good question.
You're my daughter. I chose you from all others that were going to be born in this generation. The old gods are not fit to rule. We need a new class of gods.
You could have picked anybody, and from what Aphrodite told me, you picked me before I was even me, but it's a god thing, so that you probably saw something. Um, I just kind of literally drift a bit, just lost trying to process, existence. Quite literally, the implication of that. Um,
The world. The world is dying.
didn't
I,
need a god to tell me that.
I created you to be the new chief amongst the new gods. Someone unaligned with either side, to stand as a middle ground against the universe,
Hmm.
to be more than everyone else.
Against the universe.
The universe that was.
It's a lot. Um,
Mm-hmm.
like 3 days ago, I was making costumes, and now I'm.
Mm-hmm.
Um, did Aphrodite screw things up?
I'm not aware of what my sister has done. I only have knowledge of what I planned and who you are.
Aphrodite, but you've been guiding me.
My abilities have been guiding you. Unfortunately, this version of me is not aware of the outside world.
Oh, okay, like an echo.
Hmm.
She did something to bring her sister's memories and abilities to the fore.
Mm-hmm.
And I reached out to you, the you in my head, and I'll presume the wings have been like kind of like furled, almost like a cape. I'll unfurl the wings, and this happened as protection. And she said, "That's new," and I kind of hang on that, hoping for her to hopefully fill that blank.
This is new for me, but it is who you are. You are not me, like any other child is not their parent. You have it in you to become more and more like me, but you shouldn't be. Take what is good for me, learn from me, but do not become me. I want you to be your own person. I created you because I needed someone that's willing to be their own person.
I can safely say I want to be my own person too. I'm scared that I'll lose myself to it and just only be Athena. That seems to be what Aphrodite wants. And I don't want that, but it almost seems like that's all I am. Like just made to be that. You said you created me. Who am I if not me? Would I even be without you? And I kind of like it's again the existential.
Hmm.
Uh,
My dear child, would any of us have been without our parents?
in my case, it's a fair question because I have actual parents.
Mm.
Vessels. Vessels I used.
Is that all I am?
You're not a vessel. You're my daughter.
There's a huge sigh at that. Like literally a weight lifted off her shoulders. Because that was a big part of the fear. To just literally everything's for nothing. So that comes off in okay. I so the guy who gave me this, I didn't even get his name, and he knows what's going on. He knew my name before you could even. I'm trying. It's a lot. Um, Aphrodite told me, as much as I want to not or do believe her, that you didn't tell her your plan, and I've not been able to figure out your plan. Apparently, he knew your plan, and your plan is to simply be a reboot for the modern era to deal with things the way something from this era would.
That's a fair way to look at it.
Okay.
It's important for us that we be able to serve the people. Unfortunately, that has not been able to be the case for a very long time now.
So you knew the right thing to do and did it, but no one followed the goddess of wisdom?
I knew that my brothers and sisters and father would not be interested in my plan. They are held to their standards and to their beliefs that they are what's best for the world.
That is a unsurprising and still relevant thing in this world.
I tried to convince my sister to leave them where they were. Then we would only have one enemy to contend with.
The moment I saw the cell, I had to get my friend out.
I understand that want, but my family,
It wasn't a want. It would be wrong to leave him, knowing what it is. If you're saying I'm different, I definitely am.
what I did was for the greater good.
What I did was for what's right. And I don't know if those are the same thing. But you also literally sacrificed yourself to be reborn, but not. It, the daughter thing is messing me up.
I'm still there. I'm still here.
that doesn't make it any easier.
She takes her hand.
That literally is the reverse of making it easier. Like, ah.
She takes her hand and goes, "I'm here," and puts her hand on the little figurine.
Okay, that does work. So when I'm tapping into this voice that I hear that isn't mine and is yours, I can confirm that now. It's just guidance, is not really Athena in my head sharing my head. It's just the method.
Think of it as your conscience. But more than that, an embodiment of your God powers.
Ah,
Soon that voice will no longer be mine, but it will be yours.
okay. We keep having the weirdest thing happen in these conversations. I could ask all the questions forever, and I'm sure you'd answer them, and that's awesome, and that's great. And I guess as long as I have this, we can get back to it. So,
I'm gonna just real quick, just outside the game because I just got a notification of this. Our Zoom call is gonna die in about 10 minutes because of all the technical difficulties we've been dealing with.
I saw, yeah.
So when that comes up, we'll take a short break to reset the stream, and we will be right back. But the stream will stay live.
So what I was gonna say is I've really got one question that I can ask that kind of sums it all up. So what now?
You have to gather the new gods, and unfortunately, you have to lead a war against the old.
I have to lead it, and yeah, goddess of strategic wars. I'm not surprised.
All right.
And Athena's and Courtney's just like processing that because
I,
that's kind of what she knew was happening all along.
and I think as Courtney is processing that, we're going to go to our first break.
Sounds good.
And then I said, no, okay.
Good timing because I had just pushed the online button.
And that's the key to everything.
And
Oh, welcome back.
So I says to Bertha, I says,
oh, yay! And it didn't mess up the cameras. Yay! All right, hey guys, welcome back. And as we went on to break, we had just learned that Athena is not trying to override Courtney, but actually is still alive somehow.
It's a god thing. I'm not overly surprised. Player
Mhm.
talking. But yeah, there's developments, but that's literally 4 weeks in a row of that. So yeah.
Mhm.
What's been happening with Aphrodite and Shelton
Mhm.
during that? Because that's another cliffhanger where I can probably pop out of it at that point.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted. I wanted to go talk to Sheldon for a little bit.
Last I knew, I was getting my bow banged.
Yeah, your bow has been thoroughly banged.
Okay.
Ooh, excuse me. Oh my goodness, bad stream etiquette. Your bow is thoroughly banged, and this is quite pleasing to Aphrodite as it would be.
Mhm. Sure.
Solely because of the fact that it is a double entendre.
Right.
And the whole time she's like playing with you. She's running her fingers up and down the back of your spine.
So hot and sweaty down here.
Yeah, I'm sure all this leather is very comfortable for
She
balmy
go,
temperature.
she goes and plays with the guy at the forge, but quickly gets bored of it since he doesn't seem to have any reaction.
Right. It's probably had an eternity of that.
She looks at you and goes, "It's so little fun playing with men with unfunctioning genitalia." And there's kind of a grimace from the man
Mm.
and a banging of the anvil.
We're all just decorative anyway, you know.
And then she asks you, "Tell me, young one, do you have a name yet?"
Uh, Sheldon. Shelton.
She she plays with it in her mouth. Sheldon. Sheldon.
That one wasn't even a double entendre.
Oh. She looks at you and goes, "No, that won't work for branding."
Meanwhile, the cat's meowing at the same time, right?
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. And remember, this isn't just any cat. This is a giant
No.
panther that
I
sounds
honestly
like a house cat.
Well, I
Mm.
honestly see the panther like meowing around and chittering at her, and she's like, "No, I agree." Like she's talking to the
Yeah,
cat.
you're right.
Mhm.
It's thoroughly unremarkable as a option.
No marketing potential, no merchandise, you know, tie-in, you know, that kind of thing.
This isn't copyrightable.
Right.
Yeah. What happens
Well,
if you want to go work at another god's place? We can't sue you for using your own name.
right. Last week, the cat was able to see the bottom of his bowl and threw a fit. So, you know,
God damn it, we're
Everything.
independent contractors.
everything's a
Got a
disaster.
wrestling reference in there.
I always gotta throw
Broke
a
me
few.
on that one. Oh, it's perfect though. Okay.
They're 5-year contracts, but if you get injured, they
Yeah.
reserve the right to
Those-
extend it up to another, 10 years.
Yeah. What was it? Shelton Johnson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's just Shelton now. It's just Shelton.
Yeah. TM.
Hmm.
Oh, that in joke's over. Sorry, I'll go back to being quiet.
She looks at you and goes, Bo. Bo Ranger.
Legolas is taken.
She smiles. "Oh, you've seen my work."
What the hell?
Range. God of the range. Who would the god of the range be? Stowart, god of the range. Your god named Stowart now.
Okay.
And she just says that matter of factly, like, nope, that's what it is. No options, no nothing.
Hmm. You have to show me how to spell that, for taxes and whatnot.
Oh, don't worry. I'll have my people invoice you.
Okay.
And as you come out of your trance, she's just happily texting somebody on her phone. How she gets service down here, you have no idea because neither one of you has service at all.
Right.
Oh, so I'm back?
Yeah, you are officially back in. You come back to with the conversation about the name and then also her texting madly.
I turn back to the guy at the forge who gave me that, and I apologize and introduce myself for not doing it sooner, and introduce myself, even though he called me by name. I say I'm Courtney. Hi. Who are you?
I'm Hephaestus.
And I'm a little quiet about it. There's a little bit.
I'm Hephaestus.
Hephaestus, okay.
Of course you are.
Yeah, I figured. I was thinking that. I just give him a longing look and say thank you.
You're welcome. I served your mother, and I hope that I can serve you.
I think you already have. But I'll remember
We
that.
still doing phrasing?
All right.
And with that, there's another explosion. And this time you hear dogs barking.
I'll look to where it is. I'm guessing Hades or something. It's Cerberus or something. Is what I'm expecting.
Oh, yeah.
From out of
I'll
the
look.
core of the earth, three very large dogs come bounding out at you, two of you.
Sword's drawn.
Yeah, I'll ready my new
Like-
bow.
Just instinctively, it's drawn out.
I'm trying not to.
The
At
weird
the
thing
ready.
about these dogs, they're made of lava. Roll initiatives.
Uh,
Oh goodness.
um,
Oh wow.
Okay.
I go first then. Looks like.
Yep, you're probably going first unless I roll really well.
I said I don't add anything to that, right? It's just that roll.
Nope, just a flat roll just to see who goes first.
That's a 7. The heck did you roll?
Oh, wow, you're not going last.
Oh, it's one for each dog. I was like, what? Oh, right.
Yeah, you go after the second dog.
Got it.
Okay, so Sheldon's up first.
I'll ready a bow or ready an arrow and fire.
Okay, just roll a regular d20 plus, and we'll see if it hits.
Okay.
Oh wait,
11.
which one are you firing at? Which one of the three? The first one, the second one, or the third one?
I guess they're all kind of in line. There's not one that's closer.
Yeah, they've all basically jumped out at you at the same time and kind of a line.
I guess we'll start with the middle one.
Okay.
Yeah.
You hit. Go ahead and give me a d6 to see where you hit.
Okay.
In the back leg.
Hmm.
All right. And how much damage do you do?
What do I roll for that?
What's
Oh.
your weapon damage?
Weapon damage is 9 out of 9.
You do 9 damage.
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay. You see the armor shear away,
Hmm.
but they look otherwise unhurt.
Okay. So that one's gonna take another hit. At least.
And it snarls and leaps at you. As it is now its turn. Let's see if it hits.
Technical question.
Yes.
Does the cat get its own turn, or does the cat act on Shelton's turn?
The cat acts on Sheldon's turn.
Gotcha.
It definitely
Does-
hits.
Ouch.
Let's see where it hits. If my rolls will ever go through. It hits you in the legs. It bites at your legs. What is your leg armor?
12 out of 12.
It is now a 5 out of 12.
Okay. I'll write that down. That is a powerful critter.
Scott, you're up.
I'm instinctively I stood in front of Hephaestus, so I'm between him and them. Just for reference.
Okay.
And it's the protectorness that I've been doing so far. I'm gonna. How far away are these dogs? There's one on Shelton now, right?
Yep, they're all kind of circling around you at this point. The two on the sides are kind of forming a semicircle around you.
Clever girl.
For reference, if anybody wanted to know, right now Aphrodite is just still texting, not even looking up.
We're still in the tutorial phase of our godlyhood.
But they did attack, so like they are definitely hostile.
Oh, yeah.
Is anybody doing anything?
You seem to be the only ones doing anything.
Cool.
Hephaestus is watching.
Okay. I will yell kind of over my shoulder, I need a shield. And then to him. And then I will like try to shoot lightning at the one that attacked because it's been hit already. Maybe we can take one out.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
So that is gonna be an 11, and I add this is my anime lightning, I presume. So I'm adding a 3 to that if that's how that one works.
Yep.
Okay, so that's a 14 now.
Oh yeah, you definitely
And
hit.
I hit him in the leg.
Oh.
Well, it's all about the 5, isn't it? That's the leg, right?
Yep. So
Bam!
how much damage do you do?
Well, my sword says 19.
Plus then the lightning damage, there's a +3.
Yeah.
You blow the dog into a smoldering crisp. Like
Damn.
That's a lot more powerful than it was last time.
like bits and pieces of the dog fly off. Actually, guys, both of you need to roll me a d20 to see if you dodge the bits of dog. You both.
We're good.
Okay, so basically, here's what happens: as you dodge out of the way, bits are just barely flying past you, like they almost hit you, but you managed to avoid it.
I'll look over because I literally shot the one that was on Shelton. And I'll think with the panther that's there, and I'll kind of throw an idea out there of, can you tell animals to not attack?
As you're saying this, the other dogs are squarely focused on you now.
Oh, yeah, I figured that.
And
yeah, that's a good idea.
The first one attacks you.
Okay. Okay.
And it hits.
Not the one. That's the shield. That's the hands.
It hits you in the hands for
which is my easily weakest spot.
For 7 damage.
That's literally what I have for it. So now it's at 0.
And the other one's going to attack you as well.
So that's literally the gloves or gauntlets are like literally torn off. Yep. I presume. As it's like giant.
Okay.
Just get free of that.
The other one's attacking you.
Oh shit.
And it hits. And it hits in the...
In the 5?
In the 5.
In the 5. That's the legs. That's
The
the
legs.
kind of the skirt. Yeah, 14 out of 14.
It does 7 damage. So 7 out of 14.
So they're literally ripping at my armor.
Mm-hmm.
Quite literally. Destroyed this. They're going, like, there's the 2 of them. I'm getting mauled by 2 giant dogs.
Yep.
That's good times.
It's Sheldon's turn.
Okay, I will try to use my animal affinity ability to get them to like, whoa, let's talk this out.
Okay, it's going to be really hard. Go ahead and roll your d20 and tell me what your plus is for animal affinity.
Okay. There's my d20. That's not encouraging.
I can tell you right now, it doesn't matter what your plus is. You don't do it.
I actually don't have a. I have an animal handling of 3.
That would be what it would be.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's not
You don't
gonna
do
be
it.
good enough.
No,
Okay.
they don't seem to care at all.
Yeah. You look more delicious than diplomatic.
In fact, they
Yeah.
don't even turn their gaze away from Courtney.
Oh, this is bad. This is bad.
Hephaestus tosses you a shield,
Hey.
and on the front of it's a crest. You can examine it more later, but for now,
Yeah, busy. Thunk.
and it's your turn.
Okay, so I have a 13 shield now. That's what my score was for that.
Yep. You have your 13 shield back.
So I literally have 2 dogs like on me. I don't know how gimmicky this is, but if they're both right there, can I try to channel lightning into 2 of them?
You can split your attack, yes.
Because they're both on me, so like, try to shock them both off.
Mm-hmm.
Just to get free of it. Let's roll and see what happens from there first.
It'll have your damage.
That's fine. 7. If it's animated plus 3, that makes it 10.
All right, it just hits.
So the damage is 19 plus the 3, right? So 20. So 11 each.
11 each.
And where do I get them? I get them in the 7 and in the 8.
And the D6s.
All right.
You hit them in their non-existent body parts.
I hit them in the mythical aspect. Yeah, the 6 and the 3.
So the feet and the chest, I believe.
Cool. Yes.
Okay, their chest is unarmored, so that the one that gets hit in the chest is dead.
And it chains through to the other one just thematically to make it that. I tried to get both.
And I hit the other one in the.
That was the feet.
In the feet.
Wait, no, that was the chest. Sorry. The other one was feet and chest. So yeah, chest one's dead. The other one was the feet. Forgive me.
Okay.
I had the order backwards.
And then it's 11. So it takes a good chunk of health that's barely hanging on. And it's going to attack you.
Yeah, I'm yelling at it to stop, but
yeah, no,
I'm not. It's not even really command. It's just I'm hurt. Well, I'm not hurt, but I'm just like stop.
I'm gonna get her.
Okay, good.
It missed. It's too hurt. It can barely move.
Yeah, well, I got him in the feet, so.
All right, Sheldon, you're up.
I guess we'll go for another arrow. Here's my d20. That's a 9.
That's a miss.
Plus.
You didn't have any. You didn't call a skill.
It does. Okay, I wasn't sure if his this straight up attack had anything. Well, I guess if I just use my sword, there's no bonus on it. So gotcha.
Yeah,
right.
Just attacking with my bow.
Remember that's experience points. So get an experience point.
Oh, okay.
We haven't failed this one yet till now.
Yeah, I thought that only one's got experience points, but
all failing rolls get experience.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool.
You just mostly only roll ones.
Right. That's my thing. Yeah. It's a style of choice, you know.
All right. It is Scott's turn. You want to try and finish this thing?
Yes, I blast it like a sword thrust blast thing.
All right, sword thrust blast thing.
We're looking at like a 17.
Oh yeah, you definitely hit
In the D6 this time. In the 2. What's the 2? That's the head.
the head.
Oh.
Yep.
So thematically, it lunges and I hit it like right up in its jaw for a 19 damage.
You
That's a
smash
lot.
through the armor that it's wearing on its head, and you impale it on the sword. It's like stuck to the sword at the moment.
Like
Yeah.
it is giant too, right? So I picture like the jaws are like this. Like
Yeah.
Ew.
Sheldon, give me a d20 roll
For how grossed out I am that just happened.
for how connected to animals you are.
That's
Oh,
a 19.
sorry.
You you
It's stuck.
resist the urge to attack Courtney for harming the animals.
Well, it is made of lava, so it's somewhat less cute than, you know.
Yeah, that's why.
Mm.
You hear a laugh.
Is it a familiar laugh?
Yeah, is this like a from everywhere laugh or, you know?
You never heard this one before, but it's echoing throughout the entire cave.
Okay.
Well, core of the earth.
Right.
Eh,
You said they were good. Oh, uncle. Must you test everyone?
I looked to Aphrodite. Then I looked to Hephaestus and say, "What was that?" Because I know the trust.
Is that a ventriloquism? Kism?
Uncle Hades.
Oh, goodness.
We are in his house.
Mm-hmm.
We are.
Lava
Consider
dogs. Got it. Got it.
the voice cackles on. Consider that a welcoming present, new gods.
I pick up the pieces of the broken gloves and look at like the tattered armor now, and I'm like, "Thanks." Just like aloud to the ceiling.
Mm-hmm. Is this a hazing phase?
Hephaestus hands you new armor.
Hmm.
For both of you that have had attacks. I
It just
mean,
restores our.
literally the best place in the world to break your armor is down here, right next to the
Yeah.
forge.
So it's in line with what I've got already.
Yep,
Yeah.
Like the
everything
look
just.
is it's like a replacement
Yep,
piece.
pretty much.
Yeah. Okay.
You now have time to kind of examine what he's done to your weapon and armor.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at that shield. Because the sword's untouched, but I want to see what the shield is. So
Yeah,
there was
I
a
didn't.
crest on it.
I didn't see what happened to
Yeah, you had something with
my
yours too,
bow.
right?
Yeah.
Give me rolls to see if you guys notice the changes.
I can add 2 for assess quality.
Yes.
And 4 is not going to do it.
Your bow looks just like it did before. It's glowier, maybe.
5. There's a fail. There we go. Now we're
Uh,
working with it.
Yeah, it's maybe a little shinier. That's about it. You can tell the difference on the emblem.
Yeah, what's the crest? Because I presume before the shield, it was just like a generic, almost like a superhero logo for an A or something, which would have been Courtney's design.
Oddly enough, it's your freaking Instagram profile pic.
Wait, look, I literally looked at like what?
That's a tough thing to do in, inlay. Like forged,
What?
Is there something wrong?
That's new.
Wrong, no, but different. Yeah.
I guess it's the shield of Athena, right?
It's the shield of Courtney.
Okay. It's still weirding me out. I like in earnestly. I tell him that,
Mm-hmm.
but I feel like he at least understands it. So
He smiles. You'll grow into it.
Thanks. Yeah, I just got it. It's like the con badge got replaced. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I got it. Courtney didn't get it yet, but I got it.
And
I go. Oh,
he
sorry, go ahead.
he pulls the two of you aside.
Good,
Clearly,
because I was about to walk over to Aphrodite and be like, "What the hell?" So this is probably better.
Mm-hmm.
He literally, I'm about to do that, and he probably grabs my shoulder.
yeah. He pulls you. I mean, he can't go very far. He's chained to the forge.
I'm next to him.
Right.
But as Aphrodite is getting kind of up to go speak to you, he moves his hand and a sheet of metal just kind of shoots up between the two of you.
Hmm.
Like between the two of you and Aphrodite.
Yeah, I'll look to him.
I won't get much time to speak to you alone. Unfortunately.
She knows you're doing this.
Oh, yes. Unfortunately, my time is not my own. And he kind of gestures down to the shackles. Your mother, Athena. She entrusted me with something that she didn't entrust anyone else with. When she created you, she didn't just stop at you.
Who else?
Hundreds, maybe thousands.
How do I find them? I presume that's the plan. The middle army to stop both.
This. It'll glow when you're in the presence of a new god. He hands you a jeweled bracelet. Don't share this with them. And with that, the shield clatters down.
Before he does, I put it on under the glove so it's hidden away.
Hmm.
I know Aphrodite's right there. I'm still saying this. I'm actually going to say it to him and to her and to whomever. If the gods are reborn for new powers to refresh things, like I'm saying to Aphrodite, why didn't you, sister? You can make me roll deception on that if you want, Cammy, but
Yeah, go ahead and give me a deception roll.
because I'm great at that. Hey.
I'm gonna roll for her.
Oh shit.
And what was your plus to that? Because you have con deception.
Oh right. Cosplay charm +3.
Yep.
Okay.
You beat her.
There's nerves, but I'm trying to game the system is almost what it is
Mm-hmm.
in a way.
I've rested already. Can't you tell?
You did help me as the cosplayer helping the cosplayer, so you got a head start on this generation, I guess, by 100 years or so. What of the others? And they're set in their ways. Corporations don't like to give things up, but it's the same.
They have only been freed so long. They're hesitant to give up their powers right now. Once we're in power, then they can rest. But for now, She just kind of gives you a shrug.
And what of Hades or everyone here?
Free agents. Testing the waters before they make a decision.
I look to Hephaestus when she says that. I look to the chain. Not very free. I turn back. Is he, sister?
She kind of giggles at that. You might have a point. I'd suggest we leave here before my wonderful, or our wonderful uncle sends more of his own to attack us, including that fluffy little three-headed thing.
Well, I almost died, so.
I'll go over to Hephaestus, which I'm probably saying somewhat wrong every time, but you know.
None of us are Greek. It's all right.
Yeah. I say thank you.
He gives you a nod.
I will thank Hephaestus as well.
Oh,
He
this
gives
is me the player trying to think, do I really do what I want to do?
So let me get out of the splash zone before you.
As the GM, I will say this: if it's something Courtney would do it.
I'm gonna send you.
Don't metagame it.
No, I'm gonna send you a cast chat.
Okay.
As I lean into Athena in internal question.
So while we're going through this,
Okay, I'll look at the chain. I'll look to Hephaestus. And with the wisdom of Athena trying to shine through, I'll ask him, do you trust me?
okay, me outside of the game is just like,
Yeah.
oh, no one
Yeah,
should ever trust you when you're doing this.
I know. That's why I said it.
He gives you a nod, but also kind of a confused look. Like, I trust you, but trust you to what?
I glance down and kind of try to get his attention to my hand on the sword.
He glances and looks back, kind of has a slight smirk and nods.
Yep. I draw the sword. I look at I look at the chain.
The camera's kind of panning back and forth between the sword and the chain. Like,
I look to Aphrodite. I'm curious to what she's thinking right now.
she's not paying you much mind. She's still texting on her phone.
Cool. And I will thrust the sword into Hephaestus.
Give me a roll.
Not the chain.
Into him.
I'm gonna remove a piece from the board.
Well, I would be very shocked by this turn of events.
Yep, that's fair. This is a straight sword, nothing fancy.
You hit him.
I do 19 damage to.
Oh, no, don't even worry about it. You strike him square in the chest. He wasn't trying to resist. You hit him
He
right in the
trusted me.
chest, right in the heart.
Yeah. Yeah.
He gives
I'm
you.
terrified of what I've done, but it's yep. Yep.
The camera kind of zooms in on his
There's
face.
the sound of sword hitting metal, but nothing hit the chain, right?
Yeah, just straight through, and he coughs. A bit of blood rolls down the side of his face.
I don't even look away when it happens.
Well played. And then there's a puff, a smoke and ash, and he's gone.
I'm trying to. Does it? Yeah, it comes across. Yeah, the sword's shaking as much as it would be as I just kind of stand there, looking at the empty chain. Good. And I'm slowly looking to see if anybody's. Presumably, like probably everything probably stopped because I just did that.
Aphrodite gives you a quizzical look. Interesting choice.
Mm-hmm.
Needed to start somewhere.
Yeah, I'm suddenly confused about who this person is that I been paired with.
Oh, that's so good and bad for Courtney because the last thing she wants is to not be. Oh man, I love it.
Character building.
I literally ask in my head to Athena, "Did I make a mistake?" Hell, I'll say it out loud, and I'm curious to whoever answers.
Huh.
It is. I am the goddess of wisdom, but I also am a cosplayer. So there's like,
Well, dear
oh,
sister, you did take out our armorer right before we went to war.
sure did, didn't I?
So I'm only hearing Courtney's part of this conversation, right?
Oh no, you heard Aphrodite's response.
Oh, okay.
Scott, cast member chat for you.
Got it.
Oh, we are hitting the. And we will be right back with a quick break. And we are back, but for some reason my Zoom is not picking up. Let me check these Zoom captures real quick. Oh,
Looks
there they
good.
go. Yay, it popped back up. Okay, it wasn't popping up on OBS, but we are back and we are good to go. When we left off, Courtney just killed their ally. And Sheldon is now left to question everything he believes.
That's very curious.
I'm gonna leave time just you two conversate.
So,
I'm still shaking, but the thing you mentioned, yeah, okay.
mhm.
If you come over to talk, so we're kind of away from Aphrodite.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm gonna bring my bow, just
Yeah.
kind of cause.
Oh, that's interesting. We're both kind of like facing off a little bit, like.
Yeah, like okay, well, I trusted you like 80% before.
I'll put the sword away.
Okay. Yep, I'll set my bow down out of reach and kind of be like, okay, what was that?
Aphrodite said we took away their armor. It's best for everyone if we can make a war not be a war.
I am for saving lives. That's a more Faustian bargain, I think, that I had thought you would go for, but
Not a good example where we are.
yeah. Oh, good point.
But you're kind of right. It is. We can find him again.
Okay.
If Athena can come back, so can he.
That's a fair point. I don't know, if what stays dead here in our, here in the gods realm versus, out there in the world that I'm more used to.
Yeah. It's easier this way than him having to defect or leave and be in danger that way. And
yep.
Probably one person I get answers from when I did that. I don't trust anybody really except for you and Athena. And I touched the little necklace thing. Which...
Yep.
When you touch the necklace thing, it vibrates in your hand. And something else vibrates like hard against your skin.
The bracelet?
Yes.
Heavenly Bluetooth. You've got mail.
I'm kind of doing this with it under the gauntlet because, like I said, Aphrodite doesn't know about it. It's fun. I'll have to look at it presumably to be able to tell more about it. I'll literally turn in the room.
Cast member chat for you, Scott.
I don't actually know that, but
Really? I said that one out loud. Yes.
So that's from her directly.
I'm gonna kind of wince and gonna go. Last time.
Oh, you don't know any of this. This is all inside of Courtney's head.
Oh, okay. Well, last time she started talking to herself, and something dreadful happened. So.
Yeah. No, he's not wrong.
That's true.
I mean, I've seen them as like gauntlets, but they're kind of soft, like almost like superhero gloves in a way. And you said this is like a glass bracelet?
It's a jeweled bracelet. So it's like a copper with implanted jewels.
Could I possibly through it do that, or is it too strong? Because I don't want Aphrodite to even know about this thing.
Uh,
So I'm trying to be discreet at first, anyway. I'm hearing this in my head.
yes.
Okay, we should leave.
Okay.
We really should leave.
I'm on board with that.
I'm pale.
Okay.
I honestly, no, it's deceit, but it also is honest at the same time. I looked at Aphrodite kind of
you-
leaning a bit into the I've made a mistake, help me.
As you
It's
look
not
for Aphrodite, she's gone.
Mm. So, would my panther creature maul and eat my face if I tried to ride it out of here?
No, you could probably ride it. I mean, you'd have to roll an animal handling skill.
Okay.
um
I'm getting heck out of Dodge, but
yeah, we'll just leave the way we came.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna go a more furry route probably then, and I'm gonna try this panther method.
And you both know where the cave is. You're in Portugal,
Oh, okay.
so hopefully you can speak Portuguese. But go ahead and let's roll to see how well riding the panther goes.
What's the worst that could happen?
You
Right,
gain experience.
I'm very confident about how this is gonna go. Oh, hey, excellent.
Natural 20. Your ability fill one of your skill slots with ride panther at a
Okay.
+6.
Woo, nice. Okay.
I'm gonna say between riding the panther and I'm gonna guess that maybe Courtney tries out the new wings.
Oh yeah, I'll give that a shot. Do I need to roll for that?
Give me a roll.
I don't even. Let's see what happens when I roll a 20. 11.
You're awkward at first, but you manage it. You can go ahead and add a skill flight to your skill list if you'd like at a +3.
Whereas I'm like side saddle and
Yeah, you're doing
picking up a
tricks.
picking up a hanky off the ground. My teeth.
All the while the cat's meowing like a normal house cat.
Hmm.
Did anybody else in the forge react? Avert to that? To what I did?
Not that you can tell,
Okay.
but the explosions have picked up behind you. And they're coming closer.
It's time to leave.
Just as you clear the mouth of the cave, a giant fireball races out just behind you.
I'll get distance and actually fly up into the air, because neat.
And then there's a loud scream of a voice that you heard laughing earlier.
Hades. Swords out.
Uh-huh.
Just kind of waiting, is he coming out, or did he just blow up the forge? Because if so, haha. Mission accomplished, kind of.
Already my bow.
I just stay there looking down at the cave entrance that's on fire. Because that's a thing. Like floating.
Okay. Nothing happens.
Okay. I think we made it.
I'll fly down.
Everything seems normal outside of the cave. You can still hear the yelling, but it's only like when you get near the mouth of the cave.
Yeah, we're fleeing away from the cave, I think. I hope.
Yeah, we are now. I would.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not going back. No.
Not for a minute. We probably pissed a person off.
At this point, I'll start to fill Shelton in on the whole vision, talking to Athena,
Oh, okay.
the parental whatnot, and the war, and
Mm-hmm.
the mindset of why I did what I did compared to
Okay.
what they said, because they seem to want to manipulate everybody, and if they can't even manipulate him.
Mm-hmm. Right. Well, that sounds like a more merciful exit for a bound creature, which I don't approve of, morally, and
Yeah.
um, he seemed to have sentience. So, but again, in the realm of gods, what does that mean? So, um, yeah, no, I feel like you did what you had to do, and I'm glad you explained it to me. I was a little baffled, I guess, in the moment, but
Yeah, I really couldn't say anything in the moment there, because
no, I get it.
I could have just freed him, but they would have just got him back, or
Yeah.
I could have left him, but they said they get to make their own decision, and yet he's been chained here for who knows how long. No, he doesn't get to make a decision.
Right.
But now he's in the wild.
Mm-hmm.
She called him a free agent, and now he really is.
Yeah.
Where the hell did Aphrodite go? Why does that worry me more than when she was around?
I was gonna say, if that person wanted to be here, she most certainly would be. So why doesn't she want to be here?
I pull out my phone and I go to her Instagram.
Sure enough, there's a recent post of her doing a panel at a convention.
Okay. We can kind of keep tabs on her. That's at this point I just sit down. Like if it's like just grass, I sit down. Just
Yeah, we should make camp wherever we're at right now.
we could probably find somewhere to No, actually I think you're right. We shouldn't stay anywhere known. Can you
I
make
can.
a camper? Okay.
Yep.
That's
I can do that.
we need to be off the grid
Okay,
Yep.
you want to
from
make
gods.
you want to break
Can-
or make a camp?
Yes.
You could be invisible. Can you make it so this is too? Like you can make a camp, I can make a costume. I can also now do this stuff. Can you do that for a camp?
I don't know until I try, so let me concentrate for a round and or two and see if I can do that. That would be an extremely advantageous.
Give me a couple of rolls.
Okay. A couple of D20s.
Yep.
Okay. Here's one. Oh no. And there.
Gain 2 points of experience.
Hooray, experience.
I offer to help in any way I can for the third one. Even if it's just
That's a
I don't
10 out of
I don't know
10.
if I gotta give a bonus to that, but it's like I'll help because he's getting a little frustrated.
Yeah, there's like no materials that he can recognize around here. Give
Damn
a good
Portuguese
roll to see if
chicks.
you can help with your skill.
I don't know what my skill would be. I'm thinking this the oh no.
No.
Can maybe you could use this? And you're like, of course not.
But here's what happens. He finally finds the right kind of wood, and as you're trying to help him with it, you break it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Guys gain experience. Just saying.
Oh yes.
Yeah, that's 2 points.
So I'm a 10 out of 10 on
Hey!
experience. Yeah.
All right, we're ready to. We'll level you up once we get you guys settled somewhere. So
Okay.
camping isn't going to be a thing that works for you guys.
I learned to be a Boy Scout in Montana, and Portugal is somewhat more tropical than.
I'll touch the necklace
Mm-hmm.
and ask why.
Your eyes go black again to Sheldon's view,
Oh god.
and you're just drawn
At least I'm
back
sitting down this time.
You're drawn back into the world.
Uh,
Why what, my child?
why break it?
I would like to be able to move around freely.
How will that work?
I told you, you're not my vessel. You're my daughter.
I'll smash it on a rock. I presume it's in the godly of it. I go to do it. It be dropped. Whatever.
Eh.
I'm just gonna do it. Yeah.
Sheldon,
Sheldon's
you
over there
just
like,
you see this tool that she was given by the one ally you seem to have had,
mhm,
and
That I killed.
that she killed,
right.
get smashed.
Probably over there, rubbing a couple of sticks together and just what? Well, it sounded like something expensive breaking. What?
It was porcelain, you said, right? So yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take that off my inventory.
Yeah,
As
porcelain
it
versus
smashes,
rock. Yeah.
as it smashes, there's the sound of like wings and the sound of a heavy breeze blowing. And all of a sudden, out of the dust forms a figure.
Hmm.
One that's very familiar to Courtney.
I'll stand and
It's probably how people, develop a fetish for disaster. What's that danger like paraphilia thing? They're like startled, and then they're like, "Ooh, that's kind of
I
exciting."
can't even argue that yet. Yeah, I'll go to greet what is hopefully Athena.
It is. Well, at least to the best of your knowledge, it is.
Why is Portuguese nature different than Montanan nature?
Because Portuguese speak Portuguese, and Montanans speak semi-Canadian.
Right. Southern Canadian, yeah.
Thank you, daughter. But I fear we may have put a target on our backs.
Oh, our back. Sheldon's over there kicking.
I'm sure we both look at you.
Sheldon's over there kicking rocks and stupid trees, and why can't I?
I feel like I did that myself.
You did,
That
but
I understand the reason behind it. I'm just worried about.
it was a bad
Repercussions.
idea, but you, Athena. Hi, for real. This is
Hello, Athena.
you always acted first, from what I understand, and that seemed like the right thing to do. To act first again. I stabbed in the creator's tavern. I struck first here. I feel like I'm doing everything to stop a war, but I'm literally instigating it. But it's all about strategy, right?
And with that, she kind of smiles. You are my daughter. You. You've done everything I would ask. I'm very proud of you.
I'm almost worried about that because that was almost you didn't really want me to just do whatever you would do, or at least not how, right?
Right.
Well, and history is littered with dictators who said they were going to stop war. You know, they said their motivation was to prevent war.
Courtney goes white at basically being compared to a dictator. Realizing the reality of that. It's like,
I was gonna say that's a little harsh, but you know, the prevention of war has kickstarted a fair number of them.
I'm gonna throw up.
Does Courtney actually go throw up?
I think so.
Yeah.
Learning that might be, yeah, she is literally gonna go throw up, or at
That's
least
a
heave.
that's a fair response.
I'll go find my latrine trowel.
So while you guys are doing that, it's in a mixed camp.
Okay. Can
I
you
should
show me
have
how you
broke
did
it first.
that?
Like, it's a proper Roman style camp.
Hey,
All for it.
Or Grecian style, sorry, Grecian style camp.
Uh-huh.
I feel like this would be better than sleeping under whatever it was that you were trying to make.
Yeah, we'll take it.
There's that same look of, oh, it thinks it's people again. That you
Uh-huh.
got from Hephaestus earlier.
Uh-huh.
yeah, something about not being like of the gods is rather interesting. It's almost like a Muggle situation. It seems like,
Uh-huh.
which is interesting because that could mean you are greater than the others. So, very intriguing.
Yep.
I'll try to compose myself and come back over.
As you do that, she kind of moves aside and lets you have the seat next to her.
I'll sit there.
We have a lot to do, assuming you want to work with me.
Why wouldn't I?
It's always an option. I'm not them and I'm not the creator.
Hmm.
I'm not going to tell you what to do.
Well, so far, that's encouraging.
It is. Because I didn't like either side, and both sides had problems. But also very compelling arguments that were problems.
Mhm.
How does this work if you are Athena, like sitting next to me right now? Do I, it's like Aphrodite had been calling me sister like I was you.
I made it
And
look like that, yes.
so you're the goddess of wisdom and strategic warfare and crafting and all these things. I can't be that if you already are.
There are
Right?
lots of gods that overlap.
True. And if you have more that are of wisdom and strategy and okay. Then I really didn't need to kill Hephaestus, did I? Oh god, I did that.
You took their only armorer off the board.
Oh, their armor. Okay.
also our armor.
Right.
However, it does mean that we're going to have to go on a hunt. Before they can find him, we must find him. But we have an advantage.
And I'll touch the bracelet thing. I'll actually take the glove off and look at it.
As you touch it, it starts kind of glowing and vibrating again.
Does it give me an indication of like a direction, or like
Give me
does
a
it have like
roll.
like a screen like, oh, you've walked this many miles?
Give me a roll.
15.
On a 15? That after messing with it for a little bit, literally like a projection of a screen pops up with a map. And Google Maps style, dotted line, goes from where you're at to a node on the map.
I'm gonna ponder this. I'm actually gonna take it off. I'm gonna hand it to Shelton.
Okay.
I'll take it. And
Because something tells me this is something more up your alley. Of tracking and hunting and locating.
I'm probably more experienced with maps than.
Give me a roll, Sheldon.
Okay.
And I'll kind of, since I figured out what to do, I'll mention it. Oh, it's you press it like this. Whatever.
17.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yep, he is definitely more of the map reader. You actually managed to come up with an even shorter route than the map has.
Okay.
And you think you could probably shave off like an hour worth of travel.
Most people don't consider elevation when they're talking about.
I watch him doing that. I look to Athena like, hey, I see. Yeah, we got this.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like, well, I did. Yeah, okay.
All right.
There's a bit of a proud moment, like I figured it out. Hey.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, slight issue that you notice first off, Sheldon. You're in Portugal. Doc's in Columbus, Ohio.
Okay.
It's a trip.
That's a hike. Yep.
I don't know how far I can fly now. It's new, but there's oceans.
Well, and if bath time had been in any indication, I don't know that Kitty over here can swim.
As you two are kind of making your plans and talking amongst yourselves about how to get there, Athena kind of gives a laugh.
Oh yeah, you can do the whole teleport thing, can't you?
Yes, we can.
How do we do that?
Picture where you want to be, as firmly in your mind as possible.
I'll literally do that like she says.
And concentrate.
Like, if it's a location based on like a straight view, whatever, it'll be like in the middle of the straight where we're picturing. So let's have that return back from the first or second episode. I'll just close my eyes and focus on that point.
Okay. And I want to get rolls from both of you.
Oh God.
Not too shabby, actually.
We literally traded the 15 to 17s. Nice.
Yeah.
You both disappear out of existence,
That's
and we will pick up where you reappear next time.
good.
Let's do the shoutouts, guys. Let's start with Courtney. Scott, who are you? What do you do? And where can we find you?
I don't know who I am at this point, but you can find me Cyclops Scott is actually me. Yes, that's my Twitter. It's my Twitch. All my stuff there. My name is Scott, and I also have guiltypleasurecinema.com. And Cyclops Scott on Twitter is probably the place to find me for whatever I'm doing, mostly right now while I work on other projects. So that's about all I got right now.
Sheldon, who are you? What do you do? Where can we find you?
My name's Keith. I don't have a professional presence online at the moment, but my Twitter name or Twitter handle is KTHSDLR. So if you want to follow me there, it's mostly U.S. politics, but
Well, those are
Not your-
definitely interesting right now.
yeah. So be forewarned.
And I'm KimmyCat86. If you're watching this on Twitch right now, welcome. Please consider following the channel to get notified of when I go live. Follow me on Twitter at KimmyCat86. Follow me on YouTube over at DoubleCross05. Links are all in the Twitter or in the Twitch channel. And if you're really enjoying, consider supporting on Patreon at KimmyCat86. Lots of cool stuff, including after shows. Going to be going live right after this show. We're going to have a good long conversation about what we felt about today's show. And with that being said, we will see you here again next week, Monday at 9:30 EST. Have a good evening,
Thanks.
everyone.
Thanks
Good
for
night.
tuning in, folks.